heart attack, fast fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and packs. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here. Now, I am back, first off. Second, let's begin. Whenever we last left off, Midoriya, he decided to go to sleep, since he went on a, well, almost 3-day vigilante spree. His guardian angel basically being a mom to him, telling him to get some sleep because he actually does need it. And he did listen. While he is sleeping, the sports festival is going on. And you have Ida, who won the first event, and Mei, who won the second. Well, second place in the first events, meaning that Ida has 10 million points on his head. Now, that information, it kind of freaks Ida out. He didn't expect that he'd have such a big bounty on his head, especially considering everything that's been going on. Now, with that, Ida, yeah, no one wants to pair up with him. No one at all. And he is trying to talk with and get other people to actually try and pair up with him. All of them trying to avoid him like the plague. Except for, let's say Mina. Now, Mina is the only one who does not avoid him, along with Mei. Mei actually trying to talk with him and being on his team, since they're both around the same speed, faster than everyone else at least. Now, with Mina, that means that they can all basically just slide around, and they just need one more person. Now, this last person, let's say that for the sake of it, it is Momo, who actually wanted to be on this team. Now, Momo, she is only going to be on this team because she does want to learn a bit more about Mei Hatsume, the girl who is close to the Punisher, and work with designs with him. Now, with that being said, the event does begin, and you have Momo, who is the writer. Mei gives her a jetpack, and basically explains what she needs to do. If she believes it to be right, just blast all of them into the air, and she can throw herself off of this frame. Now, with that, she does actually bring the wheels down, and begin to move back. Basically, Ida is going to be pulling them around while she does use relatively little bits of her battery life. If they need to, she can just shoot out a wire and quickly move them. Now, this is where they're just running around and trying to avoid most of the teams. Ida directly in front, and you do have Mina, who is trying to blast out acid as fast as she can just to keep up. It gets to the point where she basically does have to try and step onto Mei. Let's say she basically has to she tries to climb onto the frame of metal right here, in this particular area. Basically because she can't spray acid out fast enough sometimes. Now, with that being said, Mei basically does try and inform her to stop trying to climb onto her. Her having to shoot out wires over and over again just to simply try and, well, move around and quickly maneuver. Mina, Yeah, it's not getting easy. Along with the fact that Todoroki just blasts an ice wall directly in front of them, and Mei, she had to shoot out a wire to the left. And Mina, yeah, she almost fell off. And you do have Momo. As soon as Todoroki begins to try and blast directly at them, and Bakugo begins to fight with, well, Todoroki, this is whenever they all do begin to encounter a problem. Monma and other students from Class 1B. They're targeting Class 1A, what's left of it. And they're encountering more difficulties. Monma can't copy Ida's quirk. And Mei is using technology. And anytime they do try and get close to Momo, or try to even grab her, she uses the improved jetpack that she's worked on, that Mei has worked on, to get away from them. Eventually, time does run out. The place basically looking like a racetrack by the end of it. And Mei does have to actually get Mina off of the metal and try to spray it down with something. Since Mina actually did begin to corrode and damage the frame. Now, with that being said, there is a short little intermission, or break, while they basically enjoy some of the other events going on, and or games. While that is going on, you do have Mei, who is trying to fix up and try to repair the frame as fast as possible. At least make sure it looks less damaged. Now, Momo does approach her, and begin to ask her about Izuku Midoriya. Mei actually caught a bit off guard, asking exactly who is she. Oh, I'm the girl from Class 1A. You guys redesigned my costume, don't you remember me? Her looking back at the frame. Sorry, not really. It's been a bit hectic these last couple weeks. Yeah, you're telling me. Your boyfriend saved my life. Hey, he's not my boyfriend. Oh, sorry. Well, I just wanted to say, whatever he is to you, you're lucky to have him. Then again, why aren't you using that giant robot? Oh, that thing. Well, technically it's part of a police investigation. And they don't want Midoriya to get it back. However, I think he's more dangerous without it right now. You're telling me. I'm sorry? Well, promise not to tell anyone, but your friend gave me this. Momo just holding up a phone, saying that she was hoping that she could explain it. The guy wants her to look into somebody, try and find any way to help him. He says that he's battling against angels, demons, any of this weird biblical stuff. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know I probably sound crazy. I know it's weird. I tried asking someone in Class 1B about it, and I was really hoping that you might be able to shed some light on it. Is he telling the truth, or is he just hiding a quirk? Was he lying? Mei not too sure what to say. So, Midoriya is trying to get this girl to help him. That does make sense. She's rich, I think. She's... If she's rich, that means that she's knows something. Exactly what did Midoriya tell you? He told me that the guy who attacked the USJ and killed most of my friends and classmates was a man called Mr. Something, and that he runs a company. Oh, um, yeah, okay. What else do you say? Not much. But, can you please tell me something? Is he actually a guardian angel? Or a fallen angel? Anything like that? He punishes the wicked and helps protect the innocent. right? Yeah, he does. You're avoiding my question. Listen, here, I don't know what to tell you, but I can just tell you that he told me he was quirkless. May isn't too sure what to say, and she doesn't know how to answer. Midori wasn't even supposed to tell her, yet apparently he told this girl. Momo trying to explain it better. Exactly what Midoriya said to her. Until May does eventually spin around and just simply yell, "Fine." She doesn't know where those powers came from, but she knows for a fact that he is no longer himself. Apparently, from what your teacher said, his quirk eraser thing didn't work on the Punisher, right? Put it together yourself. Either he's got a mutation quirk or he's simply just a guardian angel. I'm not gonna tell you something even I can't figure out, let alone wrap my own head around. Okay, fine, I'm sorry. Don't apologize. Hell, I'm sorry. Now, that is whenever the battles are announced, as we do have the first match. Now, please hang on a minute. Now, the sports festival has begun, and things are off to a steady start. Now, I already know that most of the characters that are probably on this particular list are probably dead, or at least probably half of them are, but that does not matter. Now, we will cut halfway into the sports festival. The semifinals have begun, and for the sake of it, let us say that it's this match. It is Kirishima versus the Tetsu guy. The two were able to get into the semifinals and fight against each other, ironically. And they are punching away at each other. As soon as the match ends, this is whenever something disturbing begins to play. Whenever they do have that ginormous screen inside the arena, something just feels off. It feels different. All of the energy in the air simply just shifted. It was calm, it was steady, and everyone was having such a good time. But then it just felt odd. It felt creepy. Things got strange. You could just feel something dark. And something began to play. This little thing, quite in particular, is something that the demon, who is currently trying to take over Japan, or Mr. Something, has in his possession. He simply plays it to try and instill as much fear and emotions to drive someone insane, so as to increase his reign around Japan and his power. And he wants to debut it here. If that boy was a UA student, then where else to play this tape? Where it's going to be broadcasted all over the city. Now, Mr. Something is curious about it, as Chapter Black. I'm aware this is from Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm throwing it in here because it's so good. This little concept is something I love about Yu Yu Hakusho, and I hate how it was never used again. It was just thrown away. So I'm going to use it. Anyways, now, a little explanation. I'm geeking out over this, Jesus. Now, Chapter Black begins to play. And it begins by, well, very dark imagery. If you guys don't know what this is, it's basically every sin ever committed in human history on a videotape. Meaning that you're watching the literal horrors and worst of mankind. every sin ever committed. Now, with that being said, a lot of the pro heroes and people within the stands are watching this, along with the UA students. As soon as it began to play, yeah, some of them were confused by it and simply fell into a gaze. As soon as it began to show certain things and or torture certain people, some of them just simply looked away, others watching on in horror. While you do have Midoriya, his guardian angel stopping their training, and simply just disappearing. Midoriya just jolting awake, confused. He can hear the videotape playing, his angel screaming at him to arrive at the UA high school, at the sports festival. Midoriya quickly literally just running straight through and smashing straight through the wall, before just taking off flying. He's flying low. In fact, he's barely even flying high. Everyone can see the Punisher flying. And Midoriya, he's going at amazing speeds. Whenever he does arrive, he just blasts straight through the wall of the arena and flies directly at the screen. Him being able to see exactly what is playing. As he smashes his fist through the screen, everyone, they've already began. The people who saw it, as soon as the screen stops and breaks, they begin to fight and try to hurt and tear each other apart. Midoriya just looking around and seeing that there's a certain energy in the air. Whatever it is affecting these people. Now, pro heroes, they are affected. However, they are still trying to do their job. All of them, well, the Punisher's right there. So they begin to try and take him down and fight with him, or against him. Midoriya simply just alerting everyone to stop. They are under the control of something demonic. None of them really listening. Now, considering how many pro heroes are in this arena, I'm not going to be able to list off all of them. But let's go through a few. The Rabbit Hero, Miss Joke, Eraserhead, Endeavor. I believe Best Jeanist was there. Probably not. There's a lot of heroes here. Let me just put it at Midoriya. Whenever someone does try and take him down or hit him, he's either resistant to whatever they're throwing at him, doesn't care, or simply just backhands someone. He's not killing them, but he is giving them a brutal beatdown, knocking them out and beating the shit out of, roughly, most of the people inside of the arena, having to beat one down and take down another one. He is trying to be careful. However, there are the strong people. Now, you do have, well, let's say Eraserhead. He's trying to currently run in and take down Midoriya. As soon as he does jump in, he does try and slash at him with a blade. The blade that he has with him for hero work. Trying to cut into and simply hit at Midoriya, along with using that scarf to try and wrap him up. Trying to bind his wings and trying to take him out. As soon as Eraserhead does bind Midoriya's wings, or at least thinks he has them, Midoriya just expands them more, and flaps a large burst of wind directly at Eraserhead, who begins to lose his footing, sliding backwards while still trying to run forwards. Midoriya doing this over and over and over again. Everyone actually being blasted up and lifted off of the ground. Along with Endeavor, who's trying to at least keep the peace, since he didn't see anything that was playing. Yeah. Midoriya's putting out his flames. As for the UA students, they're simply trying to figure out what to do. Most of them are frozen. Others are simply vomiting at what they saw, and trying to forget about it. Now, this is whenever some of the students actually do begin to attack each other. While some of them trying to defend themselves, you have others. Shinsho, yeah. Someone told somebody else about his little quirk. He was able to get past the first round, but someone just had to go and open their big mouth. So he's trying to get a little bit of a heads up on everyone else. Simply just trying to run into the arena and try and get the Punisher's attention, yelling at him and trying to scream at him. A lot of people around him confused, as people begin to rush forwards and try and attack him, thinking that, oh, this kid's alerted with him, he's with the Punisher, that's what's going on, right? Yeah. A lot of people begin to try and rush him, and try and take him down. Midoriya flying over and plunging his hand underneath an entire pile of people, ripping Shinsho out and simply just beginning by kicking everyone as hard as he can. Him sending a large ball of people sliding into the wall. Some of them sent flying upwards, downwards, sideways, whatever. Now, Midoriya just looks at Shinsho and just simply screams at him, "What the hell is he doing? Go find someplace safe." Gotcha. What are you talking about? What? How is my quirk not working on you? Huh. What's your quirk? My quirk is simple. Brainwashing. It should be working on you. Why isn't it having any effect? I'll tell you something. Even if you could control me, it would just be like any other day. If you could control me, I wouldn't feel any difference. People have been trying to control me all of my life, and now I'm finally free. Midoriya just letting go of Shinsho. Him falling a couple feet and landing on the ground. Midoriya? Yeah. He looks around and sees that pro heroes, along with All Might, they're making sure people are okay, along with trying to take down the people attacking each other. All Might, as soon as they are able to get all the chaos done with, he does turn and see Midoriya, who takes off flying. All Might going to leap after him. All Might leaping throughout the air and trying to chase after the boy. Midoriya, he's not going very fast. As soon as he does see All Might try and grab him, he simply just flaps his wings very hard, and goes up higher, and begins to increase in speed. All Might, realizing he will not be able to catch the boy, and trying to figure out exactly what he was doing. How did he know to come here? How did he know what this was? From what he heard, the boy yelled it was something demonic. Now, All Might does eventually land, and run back to the USJ, the Sports Festival Arena. Everyone getting their bearings and unsure of what exactly is going on. The last thing they remember was that match between the two guys who had the exact same quirk. Then they just wake up here. Now, with that being said, this is where I'm going to leave off of. And I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing night. Catch you guys in the next part.